fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you! I'll tell you! And there's like...
About Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear Solid, and tonight's industry icon.
We are most powerful when we come together, united by our common love for the art form.
Best Audio Design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. The nominees are Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghosts of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2.
So we've already gone over pretty much every game here except for Resident Evil 3. I don't think we need to go through one by one and explain each game. Okay. I think now Doom Eternal's already up for like best score, I think, and stuff like that. So that's that. I think that Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima are probably the two best ones in terms of audio design.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think my personal choice would be Ghost of Tsushima. Thinking about from a technical and a gameplay perspective, with how the wind guides you in it, just the sound of that wind through different objects, the specific design around weapon audio, and environmental audio with the foxes and wildlife and other things like that, and all of those elements that are at the core of that game's design, and the audio guides you through the game. And no other game on here does that. While they might be designed really well, I think from a technical perspective and what the intention behind the actual audio design and the sound design I think Ghost of Tsushima is my pick for this, and I also think it's most likely to win the actual game award.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that it's most likely to win. My argument for Last of Us 2 would be, I don't even remember what they're called anymore, but the group of people that are like in the trees and shit.
Oh yeah.
That whole, whenever they're in the game and you hear them in your headset, the clickers and throwing bottles like to alert them, stuff like that is what makes me think Last of Us Part 2. But I think
that's a good point. Yeah,
that's what I thought. But then Ghost of Tsushima, you brought up a lot of good points. The weapon sounds, the atmosphere, the wildlife, the wind, which is such an important aspect in that game. I think that Ghost of Tsushima is probably going to win this one.
Yeah, you made some good points for Last of Us, but yeah, I think I would still stick with my original choice.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
All right.
Okay, best score in music, which is, very similar to the last one. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. Mm-hmm. And this is for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack.
Okay.
So, I gotta tell you right now, Doom Eternal fucking slaps. Final Fantasy VII Remake had some music that slapped so fucking hard, Josh. So hard. Like, I would just be jamming the Chocobo fucking Rock or whatever it was called, dude. But, dude, Last of Us Part 2. Talk about using the music in a way that just expands the story and just makes sense. So, yeah, I just think that The Last of Us 2 uses its music in a way that impacts the story and is important to the story. I mean, just even the Take On Me scene where Ellie's playing the guitar and she's playing Take On Me. Dude, the Pearl Jam song. At the end when... Spoiler alert.
Spoiler warning. Spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2 ahead. Right after this. Spoiler warning. Get out of here if you didn't play Last of Us Part 2. Go play it and then come back. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Alright, you've been warned.
At the very end, when Ellie only has one of her fingers gone, dude. And she's walking back into her house, and the whole house is empty. She lost it all, dude. It's a mess, my man. She goes up, and the one thing that she could connect to Joel with is the song. That song. If I ever were to lose you, I would surely lose myself. She picks up the guitar, dude. And I knew her finger was gone. She couldn't play the song, dude. She literally lost everything. And that moment was like a, fuck moment, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think you just described my thoughts and opinions perfectly. Doom, Final Fantasy VII Remake absolutely has slaptastic music in it.
Yep.
Doom Eternal, outstanding music. Fucking fucks so hard. We've talked about it. It's great. There's nothing better than killing fucking demons to heavy metal music. I love it. The Last of Us Part 2, though, the music and the score and the songs are so integral to the storytelling.
Yep.
That I don't see how Last of Us Part 2 doesn't win this.
And I was going to say, it's interesting because it's not even like there's like music playing as you're walking around or anything like that. It's only these brief moments that there is music in the game. But those moments are very, very important.
When it is used, it is impactful. And the game already guts you from a storyteller's perspective. I mean, that is the adjective I will always go back to about how I felt when I finished this game, is I felt gutted.
Yep.
I felt gutted. The music just puts the knife in a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? It's like you already stabbed in your chest, and the music's just like, nah, chief, you're done. And the instruments that are used and how they're used, and the heavy focus on guitar and other string-based instruments, it works so well. And that moment, you know, I often think about my favorite moments, single moments in video games. The original Last of Us game, the moment with the giraffe, the giraffe scene, that's one of the best moments in video game history to me. Last of Us Part 2, I was like, they're not going to have something like that. It's not possible. Wrong. They did it. And it's both of those guitar scenes, the one at the end that you talked about, and then the one with Take On Me when you're singing to Dina. Come on, man.
Yep.